Hi, this is Angie from Brown Haired Bliss, and today I'm going to show you how to do this Dutch crown braid. This is an absolutely classic style. I love it so much. It's so cute and it's pretty easy to do. So let's get started and I'll show you how to do it. Now, before I get to the style, I want to tell you all that I do Dutch braids very differently than most people do. Most people put the hair under the middle piece and then add the hair, and I add the hair first. You'll see in the video how I do it, but I've tried doing it the other way and it's just so hard for me. And so I have just continued to do it the way that I learned to do it. So I'm sorry if this is confusing, but I just wanted to let you know that I do Dutch braids differently and you will see how I do it right now. To start, you're going to take a small piece of hair at the front of the head near the part, and you're going to divide it into 3 pieces. Now here's where I do the braid differently. So I cross the left strand under the middle, and then I add hair to that other left strand. And then I just hold that in place. Now I cross the right strand under the middle, and I add hair to that outside strand. So I cross it and then I add hair to the outside strand instead of crossing it and adding it to the middle strand. So again, I cross the piece under the middle, then add a piece to the outside, then cross the right piece under the middle, which has the hair in it previously, and add hair to that piece. So again, I have tried doing it the other way, the way that most people have learned, and it is just difficult for me, probably because I've always done it this way. So I hope that's not too confusing to you, but if you do have a hard time with Dutch braids, maybe you want to try it this way and see if it works better for you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep doing this Dutch braid all the way around the head. The one thing that I absolutely love about this braid is that you're doing the same braid the entire time. The only difference is the way that you're going to angle it. As I keep on going, you're going to see how I curve it around her head, but it's just such an easy braid to do, and you don't have to do just a Dutch braid. You could do a French braid, you could do a rope twist. There's so many different variations you can do of it. So this really is a very versatile style that you can do many different braids with, which makes it even more fun to do. So after I've done a few stitches down, about 5 inches down, I'm going to go and pull on the strands just to give it a little more fullness. This is called pancaking the braid, and I find it easier to do this as you go along instead of at the very end. So just as you go, just go back and pull those strands out and then do a few more stitches and go back and do the pancaking again. This is an optional element to do. I like doing it because it just adds a little more fullness to the braid, but I have done it with it just really tight and it looks just as cute. So it's totally up to you. So now I've made it to the bottom right corner of her head and I'm going to start angling the braid to go straight across the back. So I've just curved it to the left and I'm just going to keep on doing the same braid all the way around until I hit the left corner of her head. So here I am pancaking the braid again, and isn't that just so pretty? I just love how much bigger the braid looks when you do that. So I really do think that it's an element that you should try, especially if you're girls or if you have really thin hair. It just adds so much volume to it. So I'm going to give another recap of how I do the braid. So I add hair to the top piece, then cross the bottom piece under. Then I add hair to that new bottom piece, and then cross the top piece under. So now I have made it to her ear on the left side, and I'm adding in that last piece of hair right here. And after I add that piece in, I'm going to do one more stitch and go back and just pancake the rest of the braid that I haven't pancaked yet. So just go through and pull that hair up. And then I'm just going to do a braid with that remaining hair all the way to the end, and then I'm going to secure it with an elastic. So now that I've secured that braid, I'm going to go back up the braid and just pull it a little bit just to add a little more fullness to it to match the rest of the braid. Then you're going to just wrap it around the top of her head and then just over to that braid where you started, and you're going to just secure it in place with some bobby pins. Once everything is secure, you can go back and just pull on the strands a little bit if you would like. And that is your finished look. I absolutely adore this style. It stays put all day long. My daughter loves it because she loves having her hair off of her neck some days, and so this is just the perfect style for her. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe if you would like to see our upcoming videos. We would also love it if you would comment below and let us know of any tutorials that you would like to see. You can head over to our Instagram account, which is at Brown Haired Bliss, and you can see all of our styles over there. And I would just love to know what you guys would want to see, and I will try my hardest to do it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on our next video. Thanks. Bye.